Hey dudes, my name's Blekoh. It's that time of year again where we check out each of my released Steam games to see how they did financially. There's some new ones on the list this year, so it'll be interesting to see how those did. So let's get right into it. First we'll start off with Beardy Mongarm. This was my first Steam game, which I mostly just used to learn how to launch games on Steam. It was just a little platformer where you control a dude with a huge arm to jump through your adventures with your best bud, a pink flying cat. It's a pretty strange game because I developed the game while streaming and let people give ideas to just throw in the game. Beardy Mongarm released on March 16th, 2020, and it took a total development time of 1 year. It launched with a price of $7.99 and it had 256 wishlists on launch. I spent $700 to market the game. Today is November 26, 2023, and it's sold 75 copies with a gross revenue of $599.25. So after Steam's cut, that comes to $419.48. So after everything, that comes to a total profit of negative $380.53, which is an improvement over last year, which was negative $492.38. Next up is Curo, which is a real-time text-adventure horror roguelike where you navigate through semi-randomly generated dungeons to find weapons and other loot to defeat the bosses. It's a pretty short game, but it can be pretty intense, and most people that have played it seem to enjoy it. KIRO released on October 16th, 2020, and it took 1.5 months to develop the game. The launch price was $2.99, and at launch it had 550 wishlists. Today is November 26, 2023, and it sold a total of 222 copies, so that brings the gross revenue to $663.78. After Steam's cut, that comes to $464.65. So the total profit after everything is $364.65, which is an improvement over last year, which was $245.36. In the last update, I mentioned I'd like to make a little sequel to KIRO, since it's a game that is just kinda fun to develop for. Well, I did that. Here's KIRO 2, The Wizard's Guild. It's actually an online multiplayer dungeon crawler, up to 6 players, but this one is a little different from the original, because you can collect loot and level up your stats instead of dying in one hit. There's more dungeons in this one, and it actually uses Steam's inventory system, so you can trade items with people, which is kinda neat. So KIRO 2 The Wizard's Guild released on April 21st, 2023. It took a total development time of 4 months, and it launched with a price of $4.99. At launch, it had 122 wishlists, and I didn't spend any money on marketing. Today is November 26, 2023, and it sold 31 copies, which brings the gross revenue to $123. After Steam's cut, that comes to $91, so after the $100 Steam fee, that brings the total profit to negative $9. The last one is my favorite game out of all of these so far. It's called Okashi Towers, and it's a real-time strategy game with tower defense elements. It can be played with up to 8 players with a variety of options for teams in both custom lobbies or with the matchmaking system. There are lots of maps, and it even includes a map designer, so you can build your own custom maps to play with your friends. While this one is released in early access, I'm still actively developing it, and I have a devlog series on it, so if you're interested, you can check those out. While I didn't personally spend money to market this game, my friend and I actually did quite a lot to get it out there. We constantly posted on Reddit and other social medias. I also signed up for Steam Next Fest October and streamed the game, which those streams had anywhere from 500 to 1500 concurrent viewers over the festival week. My friend also hired a fairly popular streamer to play the game, and even hired a bunch of Fiverr guys to write up reports on the game to get third-party feedback, just to try to help improve the gameplay. So let's see what all of that added up to. Okashi Towers released in early access on October 27th, 2023. It took a total development time of 7 months, but it's ongoing. The launch price was $9.99, and it had 632 wishlists at launch. I personally didn't spend any money on marketing, and today is November 26, 2023, and it sold 25 copies so far. The gross revenue comes to $193, and after Steam's cut, that comes to $155. So after Steam's $100 fee, it made a total profit of $55. Hey guys, selling games is hard.